Hey guys, have you ever wondered how you're gonna die? Right now, what do you think the biggest threat to your life is? Monsters, tigers, zombies, aliens, barbells? For Americans, the biggest threat to our lives is heart disease. In America, it's our #1 killer, taking out over 600,000 people every year. 1 in 4 people will be killed by heart disease, and every year, 735,000 people will have a heart attack. Every minute, heart disease kills a woman. Heart disease has killed more people than all of our wars in our history combined. And it's not only old people who are dying from this. Up to 10% of heart attacks occur before the age of 45. Try not to think about this as just statistics. These numbers represent people, and they might be people that you actually know. Think about it this way. Heart disease will kill 1/4 of the people that you know. Heart disease kills a woman every minute that somebody knew. Now, I personally haven't had anyone in my family have a heart attack or die from heart disease, but I know a lot of people who have, and I want to do whatever I can to prevent it from happening. Now, obviously it's a big deal, but overall, I feel like Americans are overly apathetic about it, maybe because they're not thinking that's going to happen to them, or it's not as theatric as aliens attacking them, but in the end, it's the same result. People die on a huge scale, and it really is still survival of the fittest. Again, it's not just about how fit or healthy you are when you're old. According to Harvard Health, heart disease begins in childhood, meaning that the decisions that we make now with our friends and families and for ourselves are impacting our health in the future. So now that we've established that heart disease is real, relevant, and worthy of our attention, what can we do to stop it? What do you think you can do to prevent this monster from potentially killing you, your friends, and your family? Well, we can say a lot of things, but first we have to actually understand what heart disease is and how it happens before we actually say what we should do about it. Heart disease is the dysfunction of any part of your circulatory system, usually involving the arteries. It's caused by the buildup of plaque on the inside of these arteries. Guess what the plaque is made out of? Saturated fat and cholesterol. The buildup of saturated fat and cholesterol clogs the artery, preventing blood to flow to your body, which means you don't get oxygen either, and you could die. So take a guess at what can increase the levels of saturated fat and cholesterol in your arteries. You guessed it! Saturated fat and cholesterol, which are virtually only found in animal products. On the other hand, plant foods have virtually zero cholesterol and saturated fat, meaning that they don't have the constituents needed to build plaque in the arteries. There's plenty of research showing that eating more saturated fat and cholesterol is directly correlated with increases in blood saturated fat and cholesterol, which in turn is related to plaque size. So it makes sense that if you want to fight heart disease, that you have to cut out the saturated fat and cholesterol by eating less animal products. But it's not just about not eating things that are bad for you, it's about eating the things that are good for you too. It's been proven that plant-based diets can not only prevent, but they can cure heart disease, and they can also treat other diseases like diabetes, obesity, high blood pressure, and decrease overall mortality. So I'm not saying that changing your diet is the only thing that you can do to fight heart disease, but I am saying that it's an awesome thing that you can do to fight heart disease, so why wouldn't you do it? I mean, like it or not, we're all in this fight against heart disease together, and I want to emphasize that this is a real problem that will likely end up killing people that you know, especially if we take no action. And honestly, changing your diet isn't really that extreme. If you put it into perspective, having your chest cracked open because you have to have surgery because you have heart disease is extreme. Having to watch a family member suffer and die because of heart disease, or being the family member that dies, is extreme. Eating different foods is not that extreme. Trust me, you can do it. And by doing it, although it might not seem as theatrical as fighting against titans or killing aliens, you'll be doing everything that you can to do your part and fulfill your duty as an American to fight against our greatest killer, heart disease. And by doing so, you'll make our country better by decreasing our medical costs. Not to mention, you're going to enjoy a longer life, and you're not going to check out early on your friends and family. Well, at least not because of heart disease. Alright, well that's it. I hope this video has been interesting, informative, inspirational. If you want to see more health promotion videos, make sure you subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you give it some thought. References are in the description. Peace.
Peace.